The Senate will come to order. Mr. Schaffler, please call the roll.
Senators Amabile,
Excused.
Baisley, Ball, Benavidez, Bridges,
Excused.
Bright, Carson, Catlin, Cutter, Danielson, Doherty, Exum, Frizzell,
Excused.
Gonzalez,
Excused.
Hendrickson, Judah,
Excused.
Kip, Kirkmeyer,
Excused.
Colker,
Excused.
Lindstedt, Liston,
Excused.
Marchman,
Excused.
Mullica, Pelton B,
Excused.
Pelton R,
And excused.
Rich, Roberts, Rodriguez, Simpson, Snyder, Sullivan, Wallace, Weissman, Zamora Wilson. Mr. President.
Let's do this. The morning roll call is 24 present, 0 absent, 11 excused. We have a quorum. Mr. Minority Leader, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, guests, hockey players, if you would please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd appreciate it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the journal. Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate Journal of Tuesday, May the 5th, 2026 be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Wow. Opposed, no. Man, the ayes actually got it this time. That motion is adopted. Senate Services.
Correctly engrossed, Senate Bill 167 and 181. Senate Resolution 8, correctly re-engrossed, Senate Bill 115 and 152. Correctly revised, House Bill 1028, 1069, 1078, 1132, 1196, 1210, 1224, 1227, 1282, 1314, 1317, 1336, 1338, 1344, and 1347. Correctly re-revised, House Bill 1076, 1123, 1207, 1226, and 1332. Correctly enrolled, Senate Bill 141, 142, 150, and 151. Senate Resolution 8.
Committee reports.
Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1139 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1263 be amended as follows, and so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Committee on Finance. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1206 be amended as follows, and so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1111 be referred favorably to the Committee on Appropriations. House Bill 1014 be referred favorably to the Committee on Appropriations.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate proceed out of order for moments of personal privilege.
Denied. The motion is the Senate proceed out of order for a moment of personal privilege. It is very rare.
There's been one no vote so far.
Very rare. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that motion is adopted. Moments of personal privilege, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. How do you do this again? I know
Request a moment of personal privilege.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Colleagues, we have an honor and a historic day today that we have the DU hockey team that has come here after they've won their 11th championship, national championship. I'm always proud to represent them in Senate District 32. The group of talented young men includes 10 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 7 juniors, 3 seniors, and their head coach, David Carl. Where is Coach Carl? Stand up. All right, just want to make sure you get recognized. With the young roster, hopefully this is just the beginning of many more victories to come. Notable individual achievements this season included team captain Kent Anderson scoring the winning goal in double overtime of their semifinal game versus Michigan. Freshman forward Kyle Chazowski scoring the winning goal in the national championship game, and freshman goalie Johnny Hicks finishing with an undefeated record as goaltender and being selected as the most outstanding player of the tournament. Just for the record, if many of you are watching the playoffs now, there are 10 former Pioneers on the roster. Bobby Brink with the Philadelphia Flyers, Dylan Gambrell with the Columbus Blue Jackets, Danton Heinen with the Vancouver Canucks, Scott Mayfield with the New York Islanders, Ian Mitchell with the Boston Bruins, Trevor Moore, Los Angeles Kings, Troy Terry, Anaheim Ducks, Jason Zucker, Buffalo Sabres, Shai Boomboyam. Did I say that right? Oh, good. Detroit Red Wings, Cameron Wright, Edmonton Oilers, and of course, Logan O'Connor from our very own Colorado Avalanche. Their achievement not only brings national recognition to the university, but also Denver metro area and the state of Colorado. With that, I have the following joint Senate and House tribute. To the state of Colorado, the Senate and the House of Representatives convene the second session of the 75th General Assembly, hereby extends its heartfelt recognition and commendation to the University of Denver men's ice hockey team. The Colorado Senate recognizes and honors the accomplishment of the University of Denver men's ice hockey team for winning the 2026 NCAA Ice Hockey Championship. This is their 3rd national title in the last 5 years and adds to their NCAA record with 11 titles in school history. The Pioneers finished this season with a 29-11 record, including an incredible 17-game unbeaten streak to end the year. During the Frozen Four tournament, they defeated 2 Big Ten schools, the University of Michigan Wolverines 4-1, the University of Wisconsin Badgers 2-1. The University of Denver has proven more to be a stellar representative of the city of Denver and all of Colorado for the reasons of the University of Denver's men's ice hockey team. It is highly deserving of this recognition and appreciation and congratulations. On request of Senate Majority Leader Robert Rodriguez, Representative Stephen Woodrow, given the 6th day of May 2026, State Capitol Denver, signed President James Rashad Coleman and Speaker Julie McCluskey. Thank you guys for being here. Everybody give them a round of applause. I hope you got time to get a picture. I got to see them here in their 9th year and got a picture with that trophy.
Congratulations. Welcome to the Senate. Please help the Rockies and other teams that cannot win championships. I hope they don't watch this. You have somebody here too. Well, let's do a brief recess real quick and then we'll come back. Members, we will take a brief recess to greet our guests, which you're already doing. Yes. Bridges is walking in now, but he's out there.
Yes, that's the one. I was just about
Good to go. You got one more tribute from Colton. All right, let's do it.
Let's end.
Yep. Members, we are back. Mr. Schaffler, please add the following senators to the roll. Senators Amabile, Bridges, Frizzell, Gonzalez, Colker, Liston, Marchman, Pelton B, Pelton R, Kirkmeyer, there she is, and Senator Judah. Members, we have an additional moment of personal privilege. Senator Coker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you. Colleagues, this is my annual tribute day to recognize Tardive Dyskinesia Awareness Day and the beginning of Tardive Dyskinesia Awareness Week, which will be observed from May 3rd through May 11th. TD is what it's referred to as a neurological condition that causes uncontrollable and repetitive movements of the face, torso, and limbs. It most commonly occurs as a side effect of certain medications used to treat certain serious mental illnesses like bipolar disorder, major depressive disorder, and schizophrenia that often require treatment with antipsychotic medications so people can manage their health and live stable, fulfilling lives. However, these medications do carry risk, and it's estimated about 20% of the people who take them develop TD. Despite how common it can be, TD often goes unrecognized. Nearly 60% of the estimated 800,000 adults in the U.S. living with TD remain undiagnosed. Even mild symptoms can be stigmatizing and affect a person's physical health, emotional well-being, and ability to participate fully in daily life. That is why this awareness and early detection are so important. And the American Psychiatric Association recommends routine screening for TD as part of treatment for a patient taking antipsychotic medications. There are now FDA-approved treatments that can help manage symptoms and improve quality of life for many people living with TD. Recognizing TD Awareness Week helps shine a light on this often overlooked condition, and it underscores the importance of early detection and treatment. And so I have a tribute today that I'll be handing out to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, also known as NAMI, recognizing TD, and I want to thank them for their support. Today we have Athena as our guest over here in the corner. If you could just acknowledge Athena, who is living with TD and has been a huge advocate of the awareness for TD. Thank you, members.
Thank you, Senator Coker, and welcome to the Senate. Thank you for being here. Further moments of personal privilege. Seeing none. Third reading of bills. Consent calendar. Mr. Schaffler, please read the titles of all the bills on the consent calendar, which is a couple. Oh, 1 second. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to lay over special order second reading of bills to later in the calendar.
What?
And then I have to pull.
Order second reading.
And then you have to take that off.
I moved it later in the calendar. Yeah.
The motion is to lay over second reading of the bill, special order second reading of bills till later in the calendar. All those in favor say aye.
You got this.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and special order second reading of bills will be laid over to the end, later on in the calendar. Mr. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, before we go into third reading final passage consent calendar, I need to remove House Bill 1028 and place it at the bottom of third reading of bills final passage.
House Bill 1028 will be removed from the consent calendar and placed to the end of the third reading of the bill's final passage calendar. And now, third reading of bills. Consent calendar. Mr. Schaffler, please read the titles of all the bills on the consent calendar.
Senate Bill 181 by Senators Amabile and Kirkmeyer and Representatives Brown and Taggart concerning modifying the Colorado Works Program. House Bill 1338 by Representatives McCormick and Winter T. and Senators Roberts and Simpson concerning the Colorado Water Conservation Board operations and in connection therewith funding projects and making an appropriation. House Bill 1344 by Representatives Stuart K. and Bradfield and Senator Lindstedt concerning the continuation of the Colorado Podiatry Board and in connection therewith implementing the recommendation in the 2025 Sunset Report by the Department of Regulatory Agencies to promote podiatrists to develop a written plan to ensure the security of patient medical records. House Bill 1336 by Representative Lindsay and Winter T. and Senators Pelton R. and Cutter concerning measures to increase access to pharmacy services. House Bill 1227 by Representatives Gilchrist and Bradfield and Senators Mullica and Doherty concerning affirming the rights of children and youth in dependency and neglect proceedings. House Bill 1314 by Representative English and Senator Exum concerning increasing family stability and in connection therewith prioritizing kinship placements in certain circumstances and facilitating grandparent contact. House Bill 1282 by Representatives Phillips and Goldstein and Senator Mullica concerning the elimination of duplicative regulation of school district child care centers. House Bill 1317 by Representative McCluskey and Taggart and Senators Bridges and Frizzell concerning creating a unified system of post-secondary talent development and in connection therewith creating a committee to develop a plan to transition oversight of workforce development programs to the Department of Higher Education.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the passage of all the bills of third reading of bills, final passage, consent calendar, which consists of Senate Bill 181, House Bill 1338, 1344, 1336, 1227, 1314, 1028, oh wait, not 1028, 1317, and 1317, sorry.
And 1282.
And 1282, see what's hidden. And 1282.
Very good. Any discussion on any of those bills? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of all those bills on third reading of bills consent calendar. Are there any no votes? Senator Zamora-Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote for all bills on the third reading, final passage consent calendar.
Senator Zamora-Wilson will be recorded as a no vote on all of the bills, which include Senate Bill 181, House Bill 1338, House Bill 1344, House Bill 1336, House Bill 1227, House Bill 1314, House Bill 1282, and House Bill 1317. Senator Rich.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1344, House Bill 1227, and House Bill 1314.
Senator Rich will be recorded as a no vote on House Bills 1344, 1227, and 1314. Senator Pelton R.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be a no vote on 1227 and 1314.
Senator Pelton R. will be recorded as a no vote on House Bills 1227 and House Bill 1314. Senator Pelton B.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wish to be a no vote on House Bill 1227 and House Bill 1314.
Senator Pelton B. will be fined $1 for referring to the President as the chair and be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1227 and House Bill 1314. The Senate needs money. Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on 26-1227.
Senator Kirkmeyer will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 26-1227. Very good. Senator Carson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 181, House Bill 1344, House Bill 1314, and House Bill 1282.
Senator Carson records a no vote on Senate Bill 181, House Bill 1344, House Bill 1314, and House Bill 1282. Senator Baisley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to please be recorded as a no vote on the following bills. House Bill 1344, House Bill 1336, House Bill 1227, House Bill 1314, House Bill 1028, House Bill 1282, and House Bill 1317.
Very good. And just to be clear, House Bill 1028 has been removed from the consent calendar. So Senator Baisley will be recorded as a no vote on House Bills 1344, 1336, 1227, 1314, 1282, and 1317. Senator Liston.
Thank you, Mr. President. Unlike some of my colleagues where I'll be a no vote on all of them, I will not be. I will only be a no vote on House Bill 1344, 1227, and 1028.
And 1028 has been removed from consent calendar. So for the third reading consent calendar, Senator Liston will be recorded as a no vote on House Bills 1227 and House Bill 1344. Very good. Seeing no further no votes, with a vote of 33 ayes, 2 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 181 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Pelton B., if I was sitting right next to Senator Kirkmeyer, I too would be a co-sponsor. Mr. Minority Leader, Mullica, Bright, everybody in proximity. Ha ha. Rich, And because I can see her, Senator Kipp, I will also be in co-sponsor. Please also add Senator Pelton R. With a vote of 34 ayes, 1 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1338 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Kipp, Catlin, Pelton R., Wallace, Doherty, Kirkmeyer, Amabile, Marchman, Gonzalez, Bridges, Lindstedt, Exum, Liston, Colker. You don't look like Senator Danielson, Senator Colker. And please add the president. With a vote of 30 ayes, 5 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1344 is passed. Co-sponsors, 1344. I got you, man. Please add the president. Oh, and Coker. With a vote of 33 ayes, 2 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1336 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Kipp, Bright, Catlin, Weissman. This is 1336. Judah. Who said it was a great bill? Of course, the sponsors. Snyder, Ball, Carson, Roberts, Colker, Exum, Wallace, Marchman, Colker again. Please add the president and Senadora Gonzalez. With a vote of 28 ayes, 7 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1227 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Mullica, Exum, Kipp, Amabile, Weissman, Lindstedt. On 1227, Snyder. Is that Henriksen sitting down there? Henriksen. Benavidez. Judah. Please add the president. With a vote of 29 ayes, 6 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1314 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senadora Gonzalez, Senator Henriksen, Mullica, Marchman, Cutter, Colker, Roberts, Doherty, Snyder, 1314, Wallace, Benavidez. Please add the president. With a vote of 32 ayes, 3 no, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1282 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Kipp, Judah, Bridges, Gonzalez, Colker, Benavidez, Henriksen, Marchman, $1282, Mr. Majority Leader, Wallace, Exum, Amabile, Doherty, Roberts, 1282. Please remove Senator Gonzalez as a co-sponsor on 1282. Would anybody else like to be removed as a co-sponsor on 1282? All right, please add the president. With a vote of 33 ayes, 2 no, 0 absent, and 0 excused, House Bill 1317 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Kip, please, Senator Pelton R. Please add the president and Senator Catlin as a co-sponsor on 1317. Committee reports.
Committee on Appropriations, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1423 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation to be placed in the consent calendar. House Bill 1419 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1276 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1256 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. House Bill 1015 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. Senate Bill 189 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Senate Bill 188 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. Senate Bill 187 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Senate Bill 180 be postponed indefinitely. Senate Bill 125 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation.
Third reading of bills. Final passage. Mr. Schaffel, please read the title of House Bill 1078.
House Bill 1078 by Representatives Smith and Hammer, Senators Marchman and Kirkmeyer, concerning increasing the number of off-campus courses offered by institutions of higher education to students in concurrent enrollment programs and in connection therewith making and reducing an appropriation.
Senator Marchman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1078 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is James and Naomi getting their associate's degree before they graduate from high school. House Bill 1078. Please help me. Are there, that's correct. Forget what I just said. The motion is the passage of House Bill 1078. Are there any no votes? Senators Zamora Wilson, Pelton B, Bridges, with a vote of 32 ayes, 3 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1078 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Amabile, Judah, Kip, Danielson, Doherty, Mullica, Gonzalez, Wallace, Cutter, Snyder, Benavidez, Catlin, Weissman, Pelton R, Henriksen, Carson, Exum. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 167.
Senate Bill 167 by Senators Benavidez and Mullica and Representatives Basnicker and Lindsay, concerning a covered person's contribution under a health benefit plan based on out-of-pocket expenses attributable to the purchase of prescription drugs.
Senator Benavidez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 167 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 167. Are there any no votes? Senators Zamora Wilson, Pelton B, Baisley, Carson, Liston, Pelton R. With a vote of 29 ayes, 6 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, Senate Bill 167 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Wallace, Judah, Kip, Gonzalez, Marchman, Doherty, Cutter, Amabile, Exum, Weissman, Ball, Snyder, Henriksen. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1069.
House Bill 1069 by Representatives Foray and Stewart Kay and Senators Mullica and Simpson, concerning increasing the availability of emergency medical services.
Senator Mulliken.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1069 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1069. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 35 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 0 excused, House Bill 1069 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Kipp, Marchman, Wallace, Gonzalez, Benavidez, Judah, Kirkmeyer, Amabile, Frizzell, Zamora Wilson, Cutter, Doherty, Roberts, Snyder, Liston, Weissman, Pelton R., Henriksen, Catlin, Colker, Carson, Lindstedt, Bright, Exum, Bridges. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1132.
Fiscal notes.
House Bill 1132 by Representative Froelich and Senators Froelich and Lindsay and Senators Kipp and Bridges concerning increasing pollinator habitats through the conservation of native plant material on lands in the state.
Senator Kipp.
Thank you. I move HB 26, 1132 on third reading and final passage. And my co-prime has some buzz about that bill over here.
Further discussion on 1132?
No.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1132. Are there any no votes? Man, before I could even ask for it, huh? Mr. Minority Leader. Senators Kirkmeyer, Rich, Zamora Wilson, Frizzell, Pelton B., Liston, Baisley, Bright, Pelton R., Catlin. With a vote of 24 ayes, 11 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1132 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Wallace, Judah, Marchman, Cutter, Lindstedt, Henriksen. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1347.
House Bill 1347 by Representatives Gilchrist and Brown and Senators Doherty and Ball concerning changing practices related to federal benefits for youth in foster care.
Senator Doherty.
I move House Bill 1347 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1347. Are there any no votes? Senators Kirkmeyer, Rich, Pelton B., Liston. With a vote of 31 ayes, 4 noes, 0 absent, 0 excused, House Bill 1347 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Wallace, Gonzalez, Judah for 1347, Kipp, Cutter, Benavidez, Amabile, Exum, Weissman, Lindstedt. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1210.
Has she texted you?
Mr. Schaffler, please mark Senator Danielson excused. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1210.
House Bill 1210 by Representative Bacon and Mabry and Senators Weissman and Judah concerning limiting the use of intimate personal data to make inferences that impact a person's financial position.
Senator Judah.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1210 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1210. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader, Kirkmeyer, Frizzell, Zamora Wilson, Rich, Pelton B., Doherty, Amabile, Baisley, Catlin, Liston, Pelton R., Carson, Bright, Mullica, with a vote of 19 ayes, 15 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1210 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Gonzalez, Wallace, Kipp, Benavidez, Henriksen, Colker, Cutter. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1196.
House Bill 1196 by Representatives English and Joseph and Senator Benavidez concerning tenant data information.
Senator Benavidez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1196 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1196. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader, Rich, Zamora Wilson, Frizzell, Bright, Carson, Pelton B., Kirkmeyer, Catlin, Pelton R., Liston, Baisley, with a vote of 22 ayes, 12 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused. House Bill 1196 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senator Cutter, Gonzalez, Kipp. Co-sponsors on 1196. Exum, Judah. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1224.
House Bill 1224 by Representatives Velasco and Bashnicker and Senators Cutter and Roberts concerning financial protections for mobile home park residents.
Senator Cutter.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 261224 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, the motion is passed of House Bill 1224. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader, Frizzell, Zamora Wilson, Kirkmeyer, Rich, Baisley, Catlin, Liston, Pelton R., Carson, Bright, Pelton B., with a vote of 22 ayes, 12 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused. House Bill 1224 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Marchman, Kipp, Benavidez, Judah, Gonzalez, Wallace, Doherty, Mullica, Amabile, Exum, Weissman, Lindstedt, Henriksen, Colker, Snyder. Please add the president. What? Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of House Bill 1028.
House Bill 1028 by Representatives Garcia and Velasco and Senator Cutter concerning second language diploma endorsements for graduating high school students.
Senator Cutter.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move House Bill 1028 on third reading and final passage and request permission to offer a third reading amendment.
Oh, heck no. Please tell us why.
The department reached out and they just require ask for a conforming amendment because there's an approved entity is no longer a defined term in this bill. So they just needed to conform with the existing language. So that seemed reasonable, so I'd ask for your support.
The motion is Senator Cutter's request to offer a third reading amendment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. What? But the ayes have it. That motion's adopted. There's an amendment to the desk. Mr. Schaffler, please read L003.
Amendment L003, amend revised bill, page 6, line 25, strike an approved entity and substitute a state institution of higher education, page 7, line 1, strike an approved entity and substitute a
Senator
state
Cutter.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. President. I move Amendment L003.
Further discussion on L003? Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the adoption of L003. Are there any no votes on the adoption of L003? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, L003 is adopted. Senator Cutter.
Thank you, Mr. President. I renew my motion for the adoption of House Bill 1028 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1028 as amended. Are there any no votes? Senators Kirkmeyer. Samora Wilson. Pelton B. Pelton R. Liston. Baisley. With a vote of 28 ayes, 6 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1028 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Kipp, Judah, Gonzalez, Weissman, Colker, Sullivan, Marchman, Benavidez, Ball, Henriksen, Exum, Doherty, Mullica, Wallace. Please add the president. Would you like to grant leave, Mr. Majority Leader?
Yes, Mr. President, I will do that after I move to lay over general order second reading of bills until Friday, May the 8th.
May the
7th, no, 8th. Oh, Friday. Change to Friday.
Friday, May the 8th. Very good.
Sorry, not
The motion is lay over the general order second reading of bills counted on Friday, May the 8th. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. General order second reading of bills counted will lay over to Friday, May the 8th, 2026. Now, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pursuant to Senate Rule 21C, I motion to grant leave to the JBC to meet while the Senate is in session.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Man, they must really love spending time with y'all. But just in case, that motion is adopted. The ayes have it, and you ain't got to go home, but you can get up out of here if you need to. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, we will be taking a brief pause so we can pass out special orders calendars.
We will be in a brief pause. Senator 5. Oh, yeah, we back in the game. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate take up special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar, which consists of Senate Bill 186, Senate Bill 188, House Bill 1420, House Bill 1341, House Bill 1015, and House Bill 1423 at the hour of 12:47 p.m.
The motion is that the Senate take up those bills and special orders considered the hour of 12:47 p.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. That motion is adopted. The Senate will take up those bills and special orders at consent at the hour of 12:47 p.m. Special orders, second reading of the bills, consent calendar. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of special orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. That motion is adopted. The Senate resolves itself Committee of the Whole consideration of special orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and Senator Roberts will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. Will the clerk please read the title of all the bills on the special orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar?
Senate Bill 186 by Senators Marchman and Baisley and Representatives Titone and Kelty concerning updates to the Workers' Compensation Act of Colorado necessitated by technology updates. Senate Bill 188 by Senators Amabile and Kirkmeyer and Representatives Brown and Taggart concerning the transition of residential treatment programs to the statewide managed care system for Medicaid members who are in the custody of a county Department of Human or Social Services. House Bill 1420 by Representatives Pascal and Richardson and Senators Colker and Peltonar concerning changes to the approval process for light mitigating technology that is required to be installed at certain wind-powered energy generation facilities. House Bill 1341 by Representative Johnson and Senator Peltonar concerning a modification to the service period during which the Colorado Agricultural Development Authority may allocate its portion of the private activity bond state ceiling allocation. House Bill 1015 by Representative McCormick and Taggart and Senators Simpson and Amabile concerning the extension of the Colorado Homeless Contribution Tax Credit through income tax year 2030. House Bill 1423 by Representatives Brown and Taggart and Senators Amabile and Bridges concerning requiring the Department of Public Safety to submit a community corrections budget in its annual budget request.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the passage of all the bill and special order, second reading of bills consent calendar, which consists of Senate Bill 186, 188, House Bill 1420, 1341, 1015, and 1423, and there are no committee reports.
Is there any discussion of any of the bills on the consent calendar? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of all the bills on the special order second reading of bills consent calendar. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and those bills are adopted. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is for the committee to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee met and had a number of bills under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
May 6, 2026, Mr. President, in committee of the whole begs leave to report as had under consideration the following attached bills being the second reading thereof, makes following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 186, Senate Bill 188, passed on second reading, ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1420, House Bill 1341, House Bill 1015, House Bill 1423, passed on second reading and ordered revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the report.
The motion is the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, committee of the whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 186, 188 passed second reading, order gross plus counter for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1420, 1341, 1015, 1423 passed second reading, order vice plus counter for third reading and final passage. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate take up special order second reading of bills, which consist of Senate Bill 191, 125, 187, 189, 184, House Bill 1342, 1269, 1225, 1233, 1414, 1256, 1276 at the hour of 12 and 1419 on the last page, 1419 at the hour of 12:51 p.m.
The motion is to take up those bills and special orders at the hour of 12:51 p.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The Senate will take up those bills and special orders at the hour of 12:51 p.m. Special orders, second reading of the bills. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the committee of the whole for the consideration of special orders, Second reading of bills.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Motion is adopted. The Senate resolves subcommittee to hold consideration of special orders for bills, and Senator Roberts will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. The coat rule is relaxed for everyone in the chamber. Will the clerk please read the title of Senate Bill 191?
Senate Bill 191 by Senators Amabile and Frizzell, concerning the use of gifts, grants, and donations made to the Department of Healthcare Policy and Financing for the purpose of enhanced reimbursement for nursing facilities that serve residents with behavioral health needs.
Senator Frizzell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senate Bill, members, thank you for your attention to this morning. Senate Bill 26191 is actually a fairly simple bill to address just a small portion of a problem that we are grappling with here in the state of Colorado. We have a growing population of residents with behaviorally complex needs, including individuals living with intellectual and developmental disabilities, schizophrenia, dementia, and other serious behavioral health conditions. These individuals really require a high level of supervision, specialized staffing, behavioral supports, and individualized care planning than ordinary traditional nursing facility residents. But because the reimbursement structure does not reflect the true cost of caring for these residents, nursing facilities are financially unable to accept placements even when they want to. And so this bill is really the result of funding becoming available for a short period of time while we grapple with ongoing funding, but it provides funding for this enhanced reimbursement model to provide additional services in these facilities. Funding came to us, and it will be coming to the Department of Healthcare Policy and Financing. Oh my gosh, how many days do we have left? This will be in the form of a gift, grant, and donation. It comes to HCPF, and then HCPF will then turn around and use these funds for this purpose only. It's very strictly defined in the bill, and I'll turn it over to my good co-prime sponsor.
Senator Amabile.
I don't know, did we move the bill?
No, we didn't do that.
Please
Actually,
do
that
that.
would be helpful.
Okay, I move Senate Bill 191, and I have an amendment.
There is an amendment at the desk.
But nobody noticed but us.
Will the clerk please read L1?
Amendment L1, amend printed bill page 2.
Senator Amabile.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the bill is very short, and some people on the committee expressed some concern. Said the bill is short.
The bill is short.
Not the sponsor, but actually one of the sponsors is also short. Some of the committee members were concerned that they weren't sure that we would know whether the money had gotten spent in the way that it was intended. And so this amendment asks the Executive Director of Healthcare Policy and Financing to report to the Joint Budget Committee on the use of any of these gifts, grants, or donations received pursuant to the bill. And I ask for a yes vote on Amendment L0.
And I need a motion, please.
I'd like to move L1.
That is a proper motion. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of L1. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. Any further discussion on the bill? Senator Benavidez.
Members, I appreciate the sponsors bringing forward this bill. The purposes of it are exactly as they say. It's necessary to help people that have behavioral health needs that sometimes nursing homes or other facilities like that aren't willing to take them unless they receive additional monies towards that. That's the enhanced reimbursement model. And I fully support that. But if you take a look at the bill, even with the amendment, it's 2 paragraphs. And it basically says that the way we're going to do that is through gifts, grants, and donations. And I know sometimes we add gifts, grants, and donations as just a catch-all. But in this case, they do have some identified gifts, grants, and donations that will help with this. The problem is the way this is read, it never says anything that we're used to seeing, that it comes in, it goes into a cash fund, and then it's used for that. Even with this amendment, it just tells the executive director to report to the JBC on how they use that. But the problem from my perspective is that if I gave $500 to them and they used it for that, how do we know? And when that money comes in, where does it go? We suspect it goes into some kind of cash fund. Nobody knows what cash fund in HICPUF that it goes into. So here, we've given money to them, and how do they utilize that money, and how do they report? It's somewhat of a control measure that doesn't exist with this bill. The only control is this amendment, is that after the money comes in and is spent, they tell us that it was spent for this purpose. I don't think that's an appropriate way for any monies that come into the state and that the state spends without some kind of control, some kind of direction of where that money will come and how it will be utilized. That's my only objection to this. I think it's a quick shorthand that everybody thinks this stuff is going to happen on its own somehow, but without any direction from us. So based on that, I oppose the bill because it's not complete from my perspective, as what do we do when these gifts, grants, and donations come in? So that's it.
Senator Amabile.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So healthcare policy and financing does have a cash fund to receive gifts, grants, and donations. And kind of like how you have a checkbook. I mean, nobody has a checkbook anymore, but we used to. Some of us still remember that. And you would write down, we received X amount, and it is for this purpose. And then as you spend the money, you also would keep track of that, and the money is sitting in this cash fund. As it's getting spent, there's an accounting for that, and that is what we're asking them to report on at the end. So I hope that answers that question.
Senator Benavidez.
Thank you. And I believe that my colleague is absolutely right. It comes in and it goes into some mysterious cash fund. If it said which cash fund it went to, and if there is such a thing, why aren't we saying that? Why aren't we saying if this money comes in, it's going to go somewhere specific? Everybody keeps talking about this cash fund. Nobody can address it. We just think HICPUF has one somewhere that will take this money. I just think it's a bad way for us to do business with money that comes into the state.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 191. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title of Senate Bill 125?
Senate Bill 125 by Senators Colker and Marchman and Representatives Bacon and Phillips concerning disability rights protections in public schools.
Senator Marchman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 125 and the Education Committee report. And the Appropriations Committee report.
All right, thank you. To the Education Committee report, Senator Marchman.
In education, we added a reasonable accommodation to parents with disabilities seeking appropriate access to activities for parents.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of the Education Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. To the Appropriations report, Senator Colker.
We moved another amendment in Appropriations L006. It was passed to make sure that, I have my notes here, allows department flexibility to seek funds to implement this bill from outside the general fund. Can I ask for an aye vote?
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of the Appropriations Committee report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. To the bill. Senator Kolker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We do have two amendments. I'm going to bring them up, put one at the desk here, give them both to you.
All right, there are amendments at the desk.
Sorry.
Will the clerk please read L004?
Amendment L004.
Senator Kolker.
Thank you, Mr. President, or Mr. Chair, excuse me. This makes a series of revisions to the bill's Section 504 and disability rights provisions for schools, primarily aimed at clarifying obligations for local education providers, limiting procedural ambiguity, and aligning the bill more closely with existing federal IDEA and Section 504 requirements. This is a long amendment, members, so we can go over the key changes made here, and I'm running out of voice.
Could I get a motion on the amendment,
Oh,
Senator Marchman?
I move L004.
Thank you. Any further discussion, Senator Marchman?
Thanks. I'm going to run through. It is a 3-page amendment. So there are about 8 things that this amendment does, 11. It specifies that local education providers remain financially responsible when they place or refer students with disabilities to outside services. It revises definitions so that in matters involving free appropriate public education, the term local education provider is treated the same as an IDEA AU. It tightens anti-discrimination language by explicitly prohibiting disability-based discrimination. It narrows the grievance process requirements by clarifying schools don't have to use Section 504 grievance procedures for disputes involving ID, evaluation, placement, or provision of services through an IEP. It adjusts training requirements. It clarifies the relationship between IDEA and 504 by saying the implementation of an IEP is one method of meeting a student's educational needs under disability law. It modifies reevaluation standards. It states that the bill does not create new authority over IDEA-related matters. It restricts third-party complaints. It adds procedural protections before the state board can withhold funding from an LEP, including written notice, corrective action opportunities, a 60-day response, and an appeal right. And finally, it replaces earlier parent access language with more detailed requirements that schools provide reasonable accommodations for parents with disabilities. I'd ask for an aye vote on L004.
Any further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of Amendment L004. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. There is another amendment at the desk. Will the clerk please read L007?
Amendment L007, amend printed bill page 12, strike lines 3
Senator
through
Marchman.
9.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move L007.
To the amendment.
This amendment clarifies the process by which LEPs communicate with the parents so that the parents can meaningfully access information. And I'd ask for an aye vote on L7.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before us is the adoption of L007. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that amendment is adopted. To the bill. Any further discussion?
I do. Do you have discussion?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Minority Leader Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, sponsors. Just a comment about, and look, I appreciate this is what happens this time of the year, a 3-page amendment's a lot to absorb, so just expect we'll work it into the bill and see what the implications are and reserve opportunity, if it's on thirds tomorrow, to talk a little bit more about the bill and how the adopted amendments impact it. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any further discussion on the bill? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 125. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 125 is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title of Senate Bill 187?
Senate Bill 187 by Senators Amabile and Bridges and Representatives Brown and Taggart concerning the creation of a commission to study Medicaid and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Amabile.
I move Senate Bill
187.
187 and the Appropriations Committee report.
There actually is no report, so to the bill.
Okay, I move the bill then. And I have an amendment.
Just the one?
There is an amendment at the desk. Will the clerk please read L1?
Amendment L1, amend printed bill, page 6, line 20, strike legislative changes for executive action and substitute policy change. Page 6, line 21, strike shall and substitute
Senator
shall.
Amabile.
Thank you, sorry. I was just being lulled into
Of course, it was very good. Senator Amabile.
Okay, so this is another pretty short bill by a couple of short sponsors. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Whoa!
That's fair. I'll allow it.
We could stand on the stool.
Continue.
So what this bill is doing is setting up a commission of 10 legislators, the Joint Budget Committee, and the 4 members from the health committees in the House and the Senate. And it is because we had an incredibly frustrating budget process around Medicaid and how to evaluate what we were doing, how to make sure that the cuts we were making were protecting people and were smart and were needed. One of the things that came up is we ran a bill that we thought was going to save money, and then we heard, oh no, actually, we changed our minds, that doesn't save any money at all. And so we killed the bill. But we need a better understanding. We need a deeper dive into whether Medicaid is doing all of the things that it should be doing. L1 is in, so the bill got introduced and some of the stakeholders asked for a few tweaks to make sure that we're going to use studies that are out there on how to structure Medicaid, how other states do it, to identify, one of the things that's in here is to say that we should be looking at how Medicaid impacts people across the state so that we're including rural communities, and that we should get input from people who are on Medicaid and from the advocates for that community. And I ask for a yes vote on Senate Bill, or Amendment 1.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had planned to do all of these things, but now the law will require us to do all of these things. Sounds good. Ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of Amendment L001. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. To the bill. Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is really, as we go through and try and make really terrible, hard decisions across the street, this is going to give us some of the information that we need and a plan on how to try and bring Medicaid in line with what it is that we have available to spend in our budget. Ask for an aye vote.
Minority Leader Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thanks, sponsors. I think this is a much-needed evaluation and study. I remember Director Ferrandino talking somewhere in executive committee or somewhere, when you talk about Medicaid, there are only a handful of levers to pull, really. He said there's 3. Who's covered? What do you cover? And what reimbursement rate do you apply to the coverage and go? It's pretty minimal, so the opportunity to dig in a little deeper and get some more data information and be better informed, because JBC members would know better than I, but this is only going to get more complicated and more difficult and more pull on heartstrings next year, even more so than it was this year. So I appreciate the effort and support it.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At the risk of prolonging the conversation, I do just want to point out that the federal government found another way to reduce costs in Medicaid. That's just to make it really hard, to make the paperwork insane, to make the enrollment period 6 months. It's surprising. That's their way of reducing the number of people covered. So bureaucratic hurdles are a way the feds have discovered to do this, but not something that we are looking to do here in Colorado.
Minority Leader Simpson.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. If you want to open the door. There's also examples in our state and other states of the waste, fraud, and abuse that occurs. And You know, if it means reapplying every 6 months instead of annually, in my heart, I'm like, I know there are ways and processes to expedite it, that people that deserve, again, back to the three things that Medicaid does, the three levers you can pull, who are we covering? And if a 6-month review, those that are most needy, I see a path forward that says these are automatic and that they get covered in perpetuity until something changes. I don't know what that looks like, but I think there's an avenue to do that. And at the same time, a recognition. I mean, part of this study is where have we failed in this system? Where are we not delivering to the folks that are most needy? And you know, maybe the study will demonstrate and prove to me that I'm wrong, that a 6-month review is unnecessary and costing people coverage that truly need it. But my first thought and first instinct is, no, I don't believe that's the case. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 187. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 187 is adopted. The clerk, please read the title of Senate Bill 189.
Senate Bill 189 by Senators Rodriguez and Coleman and Representatives Duran and Bacon concerning the use of automated decision-making technology and consequential decisions.
Senator, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 189 and the Business, Labor, and Technology Report. And the Appropriations Report.
All right, to the Business, Labor, and Technology Committee report.
In the Business, Labor, and Technology Report, we did a couple technical fixes and some date cleanups. Nothing substantive to the bill.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of the Business, Labor, and Technology Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. To the Appropriations report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In the Appropriations Committee, there was an allocation of about $47,000 for rulemaking for the Department of Law. The bill has reduced it from the $5 million requested in my Stronger, Better policy.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of the Appropriations Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. To the bill, there is an amendment at the desk. Will the clerk please read L003?
Amendment L003.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move L003.
To the amendment.
L003 makes a change in the insurance section of the bill. The amendment aligns exactly with the draft in the Kilo work group from the task force and that the group voted on. The Division of Insurance had asked for this change, and all the stakeholders from the working group are okay with it because this is actually the exact language from what they voted on. The language basically says if an insurer or an affiliated entity is subject to the AI rules created by the Division of Insurance, then they don't need anything differently under this bill. Making this change will resolve a technical issue raised by the Division of Insurance.
Any discussion on L003? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of L003. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. There is an amendment at the desk. Will the clerk please read L004?
Amendment L004.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move L004.
To the amendment.
This is an amendment. We did some amendments in the committee. We had a couple times we had the date in there. This was a drafter catch and the reviser catch of a technical fix with the effective date that we amended in committee yesterday. It just says that the bill takes effect on January 1st, 2027, but we had to tweak the date in some parts of the bill because if we didn't change parts, then the AG couldn't do rulemaking under that, which is basically why we had to change dates in the bill. That makes sense? That makes
All
sense.
right. Any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before us is the option of L004. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. To the bill, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, colleagues, newer senators, older senators, everyone that's been on this journey with me. I want to thank you all. I want to thank the people that have supported my policy, supported what we were trying to do. I want to appreciate all the stakeholders and the group task forces I've done over the last 2.5 years to try to get this bill in a good place. While this bill was done by the governor's task force had some of the stakeholders there, I appreciate the work they did. Every time I sat in meetings about this, I always learned more and got more insight. So I want to thank all of the groups that have been at the table in this conversation. I know that not everybody's happy with everything. I'm certainly not happy with everything, but that's okay. You can be happy to know whether this bill passed or I had Senate Bill 205. We are still the first in the country that has passed an AI in automated decisions in the country. California has one that they passed, that they've done off of 205, but it did it in rulemaking. We should be proud. While this bill doesn't give as much as I would have liked, it still keeps the core values of what I wanted to do, was to let people know when a decision is being made, when AI is being used, what affected the decision, and the opportunity to change it. So I am happy with where it's at. I hope that this puts you all at ease for a couple years. I doubt it, because this is the new policy stuff that we'll be doing every year. And the debates we've had over technology is real, and it's something that I think future legislatures will do. I'll have more feelings tomorrow on third reading, but I just want you to know that everybody has been working together. We got the Kilo draft out. The task force took feedback, and we got a lot of amendments in the bill before introduced. We continue to have problems, but I think we're in a place now that I think this bill is going to leave here and not come back. I would prefer it not come back, because we'll see what happens, but you know that other chamber is a little crazy.
You might have just jinxed yourself.
Yeah.
Mr. Majority Leader.
I've never been there, but I'm glad I'm not. Yeah, and I would hate to make everybody come back for a special session, but I think that's happening either way, because there's another continuing. But I asked for an aye vote.
Thank you. Senator Baisley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, some of us have been involved in this topic for so long that we feel like we've developed a personal relationship with it. But remember, that relationship is artificial, so don't. Quite the saga that that this AI regulation has been through over the past 2.5 years. So the initial issue, I guess, matter to be addressed by Senate Bill 24-205 was that there would be decisions made automatically by AI software that would be consequential, be critical in people's lives, and perhaps violate those norms that we have developed as a community over the past many decades. So it's an interesting conversation, always has been, and that to be balanced with the industry, people who are developing advanced technology for the sake of efficiencies and quality of life. And so that's been the balance, that's been the struggle. And I want to thank the Majority Leader for all the work that he's done on this to get us to this point. This turned into the one time that I've given testimony on Capitol Hill was on this topic, getting invited to do that. Also, the first time that I created model legislation through ALEC, through the American Legislative Exchange Council, was on this very topic. This was a topic that came up in our special session last year because the effective date needed to be addressed, needed to be kicked down the road a little bit further while we got this all ironed out. But the biggest thanks I want to give is to the folks who worked in an independent, kind of isolated working group to bring this bill, Senate Bill 189, to a place where everyone could live with it. But just like the Majority Leader said, he's not fully happy with it. That's what compromise is all about. That's where we are. But the industry people came to a point where they could live with this and still work in Colorado to develop AI technology, and the civil rights community could also be satisfied that their concerns are being addressed appropriately. I also want to point out that Senate Bill 189, as a displacement for Senate Bill 24-205, has reduced the cost very significantly. There was, in 205, there was a requirement by the Attorney General's office to review code, which was going to be quite a few full-time equivalents, quite a few employees that have to be funded to do that review, and that's not in 189. So that is an enormous improvement over in the overall execution here. So anyway, I am very pleased that we finally made it to this place where it's livable, it's given a framework that frankly the entire nation is looking at right now. So Washington, D.C., as it considers nationwide regulation on artificial intelligence and considering civil rights concerns, they're looking at Colorado right now and all the arm wrestling that we've been doing over the past 2.5 years. So This was a very worthy exercise in legislation, and I'm glad we're at this point, to the point where I even signed on as a co-sponsor to the bill. So I'll encourage a yes vote, and again, thank you, Mr. Majority Leader, for all your incredible work over the past 2.5 years.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 189. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 189 is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title of Senate Bill 184?
Senate Bill 184 by Senator Rodriguez concerning benefits for firefighters who contract certain conditions.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 184 and the Business, Labor, and Technology Report.
To the committee report.
Thank you. In the Business, Labor, Technology Committee, we excluded the state firefighters under the Department of Public Safety and Public Administration, which reduced the fiscal note, and that's what we did.
Any further discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of the Business, Labor, and Technology Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
On the speakers.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. To the bill.
Thank
Mr. Majority
you.
Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Colleagues, Senate Bill 184 is about the firefighter cancer benefits and workers' comp. Firefighters are routinely exposed to carcinogens, heavy metals, neurotoxins, combustion byproducts in the course of their duties, resulting in significantly elevated risk of cancer and neurological disease. Occupational cancer is the most dangerous threat to firefighter health and safety today, causing between 66 and 72% of career firefighters' line-of-duty deaths in recent years compared to the general pop. Firefighters face a 9% higher risk of cancer diagnosis and a 14% higher risk of dying from cancer. Due to the strength of this evidence, the Internal Agency on Research of Cancer classifies occupational exposure as a firefighter as a carcinogenic to humans. Yeah.
Good job.
Malakalikilaka. But I guess we should probably get into debate. But colleagues, this is pretty much a values bill. There's more data of firefighters that we hold in high regards. We use them in videos. We have pictures of them holding a flag at 9/11. And from that, we've discovered the increased cost of death with chemicals and stuff from fighting fires. So, you know, either you want to give them more coverage for dying, for saving our families and children and love and belongings and getting our cats out of trees. This is a simple bill and a simple choice. Look forward to the debate.
Further discussion, Senator Catlin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First off, I want to say I'm in favor of firemen, and I don't want to do anything that would hurt them, ever, because without them, we're all at risk. What I'm coming down to the well today to talk about is currently we have the Fireman's Fund, or the Fireman's Trust, and there are a number of cities and towns that are covered by that, their fire departments. And what I'm concerned about is that if we were to go about this bill, what will that do to the Fireman's Trust? We heard yesterday that they had something like $2.6 million in the trust, and if more and more people move away from the trust, then it will probably go bankrupt. And I know that there are people out there that are receiving benefits from the trust, and I don't want to see whether or not they will lose that kind of coverage. I was told yesterday that the larger fire departments, it charges them $184 per year to be a member of the trust. And the smaller ones, the volunteers and those type of things, $54 a year for the trust. And I just want to make sure that we're not going to mix these two to the point where the trust ends up going bankrupt because of us trying to do something that we think is right and probably will be good. But one of the things that came out in yesterday's hearing was that the fire chiefs are opposed to this bill. I looked at the list, and one of the reasons I'm here at the well today is I looked at the list of the fire departments that are covered, and a number
of the communities that I represent in the Senate 5 district are covered by the trust. So I'm here to discuss this for them so that they're not going to be in a situation where thinking they're well covered and taking good care of the firemen in their communities, that they would end up losing that, or the benefits that have been promised would not come. So with that, today I'm a no. And it's not because of my dislike for anyone in my communities. It's for trying to protect the communities that I do represent. And some of the communities that I used to represent when I was in the House of Representatives are also listed on this list. So it's a concern to me, and I'm sure that it's a concern to them, that they're concerned about what's going to happen in their future. And if we can address that, I'd be glad to be a yes on something like this. But today, I really want you to think about the communities that have already invested in the trust and the firemen that are currently covered by it, particularly when they are getting their benefits. Today is not a good day to take away benefits from anybody that's suffering from cancer. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Liston.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we heard this yesterday in Business Affairs, Labor, and Technology, and there was a lot of discussion, a lot of witnesses, very good witnesses, and like my good colleague from Senator from Montrose, I rise in support of our firefighters, whether they're volunteer firefighters or full-time firefighters, whether they're unionized or they're not. We all have a debt of gratitude and admiration for our firefighters, men and women that are out there saving our structures, our homes, our buildings, and so forth. So our comments are not against the firefighters because we want to support the firefighters. But with all due respect to my good colleague, the good senators from Denver, in their zeal to help the firefighters, there's the law of unintended consequences. And I think that if this bill goes through in its current form, there'll be a lot of unintended consequences. Let me just kind of touch upon a few key things. First of all, the process and the governance. With all due respect, there was no stakeholder get-together prior to the introduction of this bill. In fact, this bill, if I'm not mistaken, was introduced last Thursday, and we heard it yesterday. So we really, there was little or no opportunity for the opponents or proponents to get together to verify the credibility of the data that has been proposed regarding the cancers or whatever it may be. There's been no opportunity for the Cancer Trust to review, evaluate, or address these cancers through a well-established process that has been in effect. This Cancer Trust came into effect in 2016 or 2017, so it's been in effect for about 9 years. Quite frankly, it's working very, very well. And the data this was based on, the cancer presumption was based on scientifically credible data, and any revisions should be met with the same level of credibility. Let me tell you a little bit about the Cancer Trust track record, because like I say, it's been in existence for 9 years. It's operated very successfully for 9 years. There's all kinds of communities, large, rural, frontier. I'm sorry I don't have the whole list, but it's like 60 or more fire departments that voluntarily contribute on behalf of the firefighters. The good senator from Montrose mentioned that the various fire departments, they pay $184 a year per firefighter, and for the volunteers, they pay $54 a year. The firefighters for this trust, they don't pay anything. and yet they're getting a great benefit, cancer benefit. The claims, 99% of the claims on the Cancer Trust have been paid, 99%. That's a great track record. The cost, this bill creates, like I say, an unfunded mandate on the local governments with limited or no available funding. I want to remind the body that the Colorado Municipal League was there, and they spoke against this bill on behalf of the 271 cities, large, medium, and small, that they represent. Those are your cities and your towns. They are against this bill. The Special District Association, there's special districts all over the state. Those are in your communities. They are opposed to this bill. The fire chiefs, like my good colleague from Montrose mentioned, the fire chiefs spoke against this bill. Without the Cancer Trust, over the past 9 years, 55 fire districts representing 2,600 firefighters would have absorbed almost $17 million in claims. Let me repeat that one more time. Without the Cancer Trust, over the past 9 years, 55 fire districts, which are your fire districts, my fire district, representing 2,600 firefighters, would have absorbed almost $17 million in cancer claims. The Cancer Trust operates on a $2.3 million budget. They have about $3.5 million in surplus. If this bill goes through as it's currently written, it will have very, very severe financial implications to the Cancer Trust. The fire agencies see the increased workers' compensation costs for preemptive cancer claims. The good senators from Denver, they think that they're throwing the firefighters a lifebuoy, but due to the law of unintended consequences, what they're really going to be doing is they're going to throw the firefighters an anvil, and they're going to sink the trust, and they're going to bankrupt it, and everybody is going to be worse off. We want to help the good firefighters, but this is not the way to do it. This bill would allow double compensation under the workers' compensation in the Cancer Trust due to the lack of offsets. So, they're going to be taking money from both. And there's going to be financial implications to both. That's why there are strict guidelines as to the Cancer Trust and the rules and regulations as to workers' compensation. The inconsistencies between the bill and the Cancer Trust coverage create coverage gaps. The bottom line is the Cancer Trust already has mechanisms that have been developed jointly by labor and management to address all of this. So members, like I say, there's real financial implications to this. And so with that in mind, under Rule 25E, I am, myself and my colleagues, were asking for a new fiscal note.
Thank you, Senator Liston. We'll be in a senatorial 5. We are to discussion on Senate Bill 184. Is there any further discussion? Senator Liston.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sure everybody appreciated that brief pause. Supposedly, members, Mr. Chairman, there's a new fiscal note, though the Department of Personnel Administration and the Office of Risk Management, and I think others, would disagree, with all due respect, with the fiscal analyst. I am going to read what the fiscal analysis from, I'll say, from the department says. The amendment removes the state's firefighters from the cancer work comp bill and leaves them uncovered by these added cancers. During the committee hearing, it was mentioned that the wildland firefighters do not face the same carcinogens that city firefighters face. A finding of the exact opposite was found in a workers' compensation claim as presented and defended by the firefighters' physicians. Based on the state's firefighters are being treated unfairly compared to other firefighters. This will increase litigation on the workers' compensation program if they bring claims. This also generates a potential liability for the state and an equal protection claim. The state's firefighters can bring a claim against the state that they are being treated unfairly. I'm not sure what SORM, that's an acronym for department, or the Department of Public Safety will pay to defend the claim up to $2 million at least. It is likely that the state would lose this claim based on prior litigation and would then pay the attorney's fees, which would easily reach over $1 million. These numbers are not absorbable by the liability pool. And then there's two cases that I won't read that I have. So members, the fiscal analyst can say one thing, but with all due respect to the fiscal analyst, he either has not received or is not paying attention to the potential liability moving forward. This is clearly, if this legislation goes through, it is clearly going to cost the state a lot of money. So we could potentially try and fix it now, or just go on and pass this bill, which is flawed, with all due respect. It's flawed. It's not ready for prime time. It's a wonder why we get in a fiscal mess, is we ram things through at the last minute. This bill came through with 8 days left or less. It hadn't been stakeholdered by the other side or anybody. It's just, here it is, take it or leave it. This is the bill, and too bad if it costs the state an extra $1 million or $2 million or $3 million or whatever. Members, once again, I will repeat, all of us, especially me, especially the good senator from Montrose, we don't have anything against the firefighters. But instead of, like I said, you think you're helping the firefighters, you're going to throw them a life buoy. Instead, you're going to throw them an anvil, and you're going to sink and cost the money to the Fireman's Trust Fund, which is working, or you're going to cause the workers' compensation claims to skyrocket. I would urge a no vote on a Senate Bill 184 for the sake of the firefighters' future. Not for us, because it's not going to affect us. It's going to affect the firefighters, the very people that we're trying to help. The law of unintended consequences. It's going to hurt the very people that you think that you're helping. I urge a no vote on Senate Bill 184.
Senator Cutter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this is a difficult debate. I do not want anyone, I don't think anyone actually in this building would ever question my commitment and dedication to protecting firefighters and working in that space. It's been a huge part of the work I've done here. I'm concerned, I share a lot of the concerns that have been shared about the negative impacts, potential negative impacts to the trust, and wish our efforts could be focused perhaps on improving the trust that's been working fairly well. 10 days to get money back from the trust, and I'm not sure how long it would take people to get covered under this plan. I'm worried that, wildland firefighters and state firefighters are amended out of this. And overall, just share some of the concerns. I think it's worth exploring. I wish we had more time for conversation and really deep exploration of that. And I do, so if I vote no today, it is a no, and tomorrow, whenever on thirds, it is in no way any indication of my desire to support workers and to support firefighters in particular. And I do want to mention the good senator from Denver, the majority leader. I appreciate him acknowledging toxins and PFAS and how dangerous they are. I've broken through.
All right, Senator Benavides.
Thank you, members. I believe this is a good bill because we are talking about when the problem with the trust versus workers' comp. But I don't believe, and I know there's other opinions out there, that this is a duplication. Because in statute 8-42-103H, it discusses this specific matter when they're covered under workers' comp. And it also, in H, it refers to the offset to the statute 29-5-403, paragraph 10, which is in the trust. And it basically, if somebody files a workers' comp claim, they are qualified. Then if they went to file through a trust claim, there would be that offset. So there wouldn't be a case of double dipping. But more importantly, from my perspective, because I represent Adams County, and Adams County has opted out of the trust. So their only choice is to do workers' comp claims. And I think this bill, identifying various cancers and the neurological issues that firefighters may contract as a result of their work as a firefighter, I think it's important. It identifies volunteers, it cites the statutes of what they're doing, and it also basically gives a rebuttable presumption to the employer that if they file this for workers' comp and they give it to them, the employer can go back and say, no, this was a pre-existing condition. This is not due to their work as a firefighter. So I think the bill is pretty encompassing for that. And for my county, we need this because we don't even have the possibility of going to the trust. So I think it's an important bill, and I think the existing statutes prevent double dipping and allow for this to happen. So I think it's pretty thorough, and I'm very supportive of the bill.
Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, I would hope that we would start thinking about the message that is being sent to firefighters who happen to be state employees. So the amendment that was passed in committee eliminated or said essentially an employer other than the state. So if you're employed by the state, apparently everything in this bill doesn't apply to you. And by everything, I mean what's in the declaration. The declaration goes through and talks about firefighters are routinely exposed to carcinogens, heavy metals, neurotoxins, and combustion byproducts in the course of their duties. Unless, of course, you're employed by the state, apparently. Right? Because they're exempted out. That's how we got rid of the fiscal note. That's how we got rid of the fiscal note on this bill, because we took them out. We took out any firefighter that is employed by the state, because apparently they aren't exposed to these things. Even though in the legislative declaration it talks about firefighters being routinely exposed to all these horrible things in the course of their duties, resulting in significantly elevated risk of cancer and neurological disease. So are we to believe that state employees who are firefighters are not at an elevated risk of cancer? Maybe we should have put that in the legislative declaration. Maybe there should have been another amendment. These things only happen to those who are not employees of the state. How fair is that? What message are we sending to our firefighters? That Colorado created a presumption regarding the occupational causation of certain cancers in order to provide greater protections under workers' comp, to recognize the risk firefighters are exposed to, unless, of course, you're employed by the state. Apparently, you don't have greater risk because we took them out of the bill, so there'd be no fiscal note. How genuine is this? Wouldn't all firefighters be exposed to a greater risk? Scientific and occupational health data demonstrates increased incidence of Parkinson's disease, multiple myeloma, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, bladder and respiratory cancers among firefighters. I don't see anything in here that says except if they're employed by the state. So we're telling firefighters that are employed by the state, you're not at a higher risk just because we took you out, and we took you out because we couldn't have a fiscal note. I just think that's a horrible message to send, especially when you've got the Department of Personnel Administration who is saying, look, there are 163 firefighters in the Division of Fire Prevention and Control. They believe there will be additional claims. You can bet there's still going to be claims. If we are putting in a legislative declaration, if there is data out there that shows increased incidence of Parkinson's, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, bladder and respiratory cancers, isn't that all firefighters? We simply think that goes away because we put in an amendment that says employer means employer other than the state. Those that the state employs, they don't count? Do we honestly think that these things aren't going to apply, that they aren't at greater risk, these 163 individuals? I just can't believe that we would do this. The state employs about 163 employees and firefighters, and we assume that they're going to make 2 claims per year, similar to what is in this legislative declaration. They're going to claim. They're high relationship, highly elevated, I think is what it said. Risk. They're at greater risk. It doesn't matter if you don't list them in the bill or not. We're going to end up with a fiscal note. We're going to end up with costs. More importantly, what are we saying to the people who are employed by the state of Colorado? Because there's a fiscal note, we're not going to count you in. That's not right. That is just not right. I mean, the State Department of Personnel Administration told us there needs to be a fiscal note. They read your legislative declaration. There are risks that firefighters are exposed to. Put it all right here in your legislative declaration. Yet, if you work for the state, not for you. But you put it in a legislative declaration. You said that there's an elevated risk. The risk firefighters are exposed to from all these byproducts, these heavy metals. Significantly elevated risk of cancer and neurological disease. But because it cost us a fiscal note, we took the state out. It's not right. Members, I ask for no vote on 26-184.
Any further discussion on Senate Bill 184? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 184. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 184 is adopted. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to lay over the balance of the calendar until Thursday, May the 7th.
The motion is to lay over the balance of the second reading, special order second reading of bills calendar till Thursday, May 7th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the balance of the calendar will lay over. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
Motion is for the committee to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
So anyway, that's basically, we just talked to Mariah.
Okay.
I was.
Senate will come to order. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
May 6, 2026. Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report has had under consideration the following attached bills being the second reading thereof, makes following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 191 as amended, Senate Bill 125 as amended, Senate Bill 187 as amended, Senate Bill 189 as amended, Senate Bill 184 as amended, passed on second reading and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1342, House Bill 1269, House Bill 1225, House Bill 1233, House Bill 1414, House Bill 1256, House Bill 1276, House Bill 1419, laid over until May 7, 2026, retaining their place on the calendar.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the report.
The motion is the adoption committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excuse, committee of the whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 181 is amended, 125 is amended, 187 is amended, 189 is amended, 184 is amended, passed second reading, order gross place counter for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1342, 1269, 1225, 1233, 1414, 1256, 1276, and 1419, laid over until 5/7/2026, retaining their place on the calendar. Consideration of House amendments to Senate bills. Mr. Assistant Majority Leader, Madam Assistant Majority Leader, now Madam Majority, oh, there's the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to lay over Senate Bill 12 to Thursday, May the 7th.
The majority will be fined $1 for referring to the president as the chair, and Senate Bill 12 will lay over until 5/7. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 160.
Senate Bill 160 by Senator Rodriguez and Gonzalez and Representatives Duran and Martinez concerning employee protections in the workplace.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. President, Mr. President. Your High Holiness, sir, my sincerest apologies.
It's all good.
I move that the Senate concur with the changes in the House from Senate Bill 160.
Further discussion. Seeing none, the motion the Senate concur with House amendments. Oh, do you want to tell us why?
Yeah, there were some tweaks to the penalties that we're aligning with the Department of Labor that asked us to put some modifications in the penalty section. Didn't do any much substantial changes other than that. Ask for an aye vote.
Seeing none for discussion, the motion the Senate concur with House amendments to Senate Bill 160. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, that motion is adopted. Mr. Majority Leader. Mr. Majority Leader. Repassage.
Thank you, Mr. President. I humbly here to serve you beneath you at the well. I move for the repassage of Senate Bill 160.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the repassage of Senate Bill 160. Are there any no votes? Senators Zamora Wilson, Frizzell, Kirkmeyer, Pelton B., Baisley, Bright, Liston, Carson, Pelton R., Catlin, with a vote of 24 ayes, 10 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused. Senate Bill 160 is repassed. Co-sponsors. Senator Cutter. Message from the governor.
Honorable members of the Colorado Senate, pursuant to the authority vested in the office of the Governor of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to inform you that I have approved and filed with the Secretary of State the following acts. Senate Bill 19, Early Childhood Local System Consolidation. Senate Bill 60, Mental Health Training and Concussion Education. Senate Bill 83, Rural Review Bill. Senate Bill 85, Military Protection Orders. Senate Bill 109, Building Code Accessibility. Senate Bill 122, Fuel Standards and Liability of Petroleum Storage Tank Fund, approved on Tuesday, May 5th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Sincerely, Jared Polis, Governor.
Announcements. Senator Amabile.
That's right. Okay, tomorrow morning, the Senate Appropriations Committee will be meeting at 8 a.m., not 8:05. I know I've said this before, and also not 7:30. Not at 10, not tomorrow. Today was special. And we will be hearing Senate Bill 148, Senate Bill 185, House Bill 1004, 1014, 111, 1206, 1287, 1428, Senate Bill 178, and other bills as assigned.
Very good. Senator Mullica.
Did I knock it out of the park?
Thank you, Mr. President, the best president in the whole wide world. Appreciate any credit that you could give me for the fine jar, Mr. President.
Excellent.
Senate Health and Human Services Committee will be meeting 15 minutes upon adjournment, not in the old Supreme Court, in room 352, to hear House Bill 1195 first, and then House Bill 1335.
Very good. Who's up next? Senator, you don't know what? Exum.
Thank you, Mr. President. Oh. Sorry. I don't know. Got more powers than I thought I had.
That's right.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Local Government Housing Committee will meet upon 15 minutes upon adjournment, and we will consider for action only Senate concurrent resolution by Senator Pelton R., and this will be for action only. Room 357. Thank you.
Very good. Further announcements. Senator Cutter.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Transportation Energy will be meeting 15 minutes upon adjournment, Senate Committee Room 352, where we will be hearing Senate Bill 192.
Very good. Senator Coker.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Education Committee will be meeting 15 minutes upon adjournment in Senate Committee Room 357. We have 4 bills: Senate Bill 139, House Bill 1345, House Bill 1417, House Bill 1016.
Very good. Further announcements. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee is not meeting today, even though it says on the calendar that we were going to. The bill that we were supposed to do today will be moved to tomorrow.
Very good. Senator Cutter.
Okay, apologies. We are meeting, take Senate 205, please.
Further announcements before Senate 205?
Senate 205.
Senate 12, we'll stay in
Senate 205.
Senate 205. And Senator Coker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do want to change my announcement for Senate Education. We are upon adjournment of Senate Local Government. So we'll be meeting Senate Committee Room 357 when the Senate Local Government Housing Committee is done. Still be hearing the same bills I said before. That's all.
Very good. As Bob Gardner would say, we could be done today. We should be done, or we could be done. He's speaking to us. Senator Baisley.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I have a moment of personal privilege?
Granted.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today is a big day in the United States. It is the birthday of my big brother, Wayne Baisley. I just want to say, happy birthday, Wayne Baisley. Thank you, Mr. President.
Happy birthday, Wayne. Dub B. Dub B is what they call him back in the day. Senator Cutter.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, I'm going to rescind my previous announcement. Senate Transportation Energy will be meeting 15 minutes upon adjournment of the upon adjournment committees. Same room, same bill.
Excellent announcement. Senator Weissman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Judiciary Committee, we will get going at 3 o'clock sharp in the old Supreme Court. Due to sponsor timing in other committees, we'll mix up the order slightly. We will start with Senate Bill 71, which is for action only. We will then do 1421, then we'll come back to 1236, then we will proceed to 1281, 1315, and 1255. So you have 3.
From memory, all from memory, Senator Weissman. Thank you very much. And Senator Lindstedt.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you. Today we have a special guest in the Senate. Paloma Delgadillo is a member of the Broomfield City Council, and she's not just any member of the Broomfield City Council. She was my successor to my old seat on the City Council. So welcome Paloma and her family. She's visiting the Senate today. A warm welcome from Broomfield.
And Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, colleagues. We will be recessing to read bills across the desk later, so no need to return. Whatever. So on that, Mr. President, I move the Senate recess until 3 p.m. today.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. No one wants to recess, but we show, oh, the lights want to recess. The ayes have it, and we will recess until 3 p.m. today.